Hi everyone, it's Steve at the Forex Codes. I want to introduce you to the TFC Squeeze Radar Screen. What's a radar screen, you might ask? Well, let's have a look at the problem. Well, here on the Euro Pound 5 minute earlier today, fantastic squeeze fired off, great trade short. Euro Yen 1 minute earlier today, fantastic squeeze to the long side, as you can see, played out well. Pound New Zealand dollar, 3 squeezes, all successful. Okay, fired off to the long side there. Anything here? Euro dollar, yeah. Frankfurt Open, European Open, long squeeze, fired off, great. Anything else? Pound dollar, long squeeze here, see? Fired off. Euro Chef, let's get rid of that. Short squeeze there, look on the 15. Way fantastic. Anything else? Aussie Yen 30 there, squeeze. Pound dollar 4 hour, look at this squeeze here, fired off, brilliant trade. What's that worth? Oh, almost 150 pips. But look, you can't be everywhere, can you? You can't be everywhere. So how can you see these squeezes setting up and firing off on 10, 15 different currency pairs and 5 different time frames? How do you do it? This is how you do it, folks, with the TFC Squeeze Radar Screen. Now, the TFC Squeeze Radar Screen is revolutionary software. I'll say that again. It's even revolutionary software for Metatrader 4. And I don't think anything's been done like this. I had this written for myself several years ago, so I've been making money off this for years and not released it. But I'm about to do so now. So let's take a look. Before we do, I'm just going to go through briefly for 5 minutes, the theory of the TFC squeeze indicator. Now you can find this, a full 30-minute video earlier on in the series. I'll put the link below this video, okay? So let's take a look. Hi, my name's Steve Margison of the Forex Codes. In this video I want to introduce you to the TFC Squeeze Indy. TFC, of course, the Forex Codes. I've used this indicator for many years, and I've been trading 15 with constant refinements that experience gives. The TFC Squeeze is an important tool in my achievement of the 0.5% a day that I get. And here it is on the chart. At the bottom here, where I've got my cursor, that's the TFC squeeze. Now, if 80% of the time the markets are chopping around, that means 20% of the time they're showing what we call conviction. Conviction is the market taking a direction, long or short. And I measure conviction with volatility. The squeeze measures a compression, like there, look, compression, and volatility, when it starts to move, of the market, whatever time frame, whether it's index, stocks or Forex that you're looking at. It gets to a point where it can't get any more quiet, like a coil spring, and has to release energy. Let's have a look at a real one. See here, coil spring, very quiet, low volatility, and it has to release this energy, either long or short. Our job is to find out which one it is, and we can do with 75 to 80% accuracy. Now, the red dots on the squeeze indicate the compression, the quiet before the storm, if you like. And they'll let us know, this is a heads up, that at some time along here, the market is about to release energy and this currency pair is going to move. Now, we have a load of other tools to project which direction the market is going to move, because obviously that would be handy, wouldn't it? The squeeze is, in my opinion, the best way to get positioned for the big market moves on whatever time frame, even a 5 minute, because 5 minute often gauges that the way price is going to move that day. The markets never break when they are expected to, and they'll always do so only when they're good and ready, usually when the greatest number of traders are unprepared and surprised. So as traders, we need to be positioned ready for when the market volatility increases, and that's what the squeeze gives us. The TFC Squeeze indicator, in fact the TFC Squeeze indicator, helps us to be prepared for a market move. And you can see that with the red dots. Red dots get prepared, get prepared. Look along here, look at the length of that. Now this is a 1 hour chart, so every one of those dots is 1 hour. That's something like a 24-hour squeeze. Now the 24-hour low volatility, 24 hour of a coiled spring ready to go. I'm just going to put this onto a 30-minute. Another one here. Look at this. That's a massive squeeze telling us, get ready, this is ready to pop. What we need to do is, which way is it going to go? Now, as I say, the squeeze works on all time frames. It's extremely useful on higher time frames as well, because if, for example, the squeeze fires off long on a 1 hour chart, it's going to prevent me from taking trades short on lower time frames until that squeeze is played out. So just like here on the Eurocard 1 hour, the squeeze fires off here and fires off long. Predicted, and there it goes. Once I got a 1 hour squeeze on that time frame, all Eurocard shorts on any lower time frames are off. You know, now if 90% of traders had just had that information, you know, the losses would be halved. Absolute fact. What I mean by played out is the light green is when the squeeze is going, and if you get 2 dark greens in a row, the squeeze is played out. Okay. Likewise, let's say a weekly squeeze fired off long. I wouldn't take short trades on the daily, or maybe not even lower. Weekly squeezes are rare, but they're very effective. Also, as a day trader, I've learned one golden rule, and I want you to remember this as I go onto a different screen. Never fight the 5 minute squeeze. Okay, the 5 minute squeeze fires off long. Don't be taking any shorts until it's played out. You know, it's really difficult to watch just 1, 2 or 3 pairs, especially if you're trying to find squeezes on different time frames. But with the TFC Squeeze Radar Screen, you can get up to 17 currency pairs on. Ah, did you see that? As we will just put that back if you need to. The Aussie dollar just went its first red dot into a squeeze. Not fired off, just the first red dot. And as you can see, we haven't got that yet. That was good, wasn't it? Live. Okay. So, what does it tell us? You've got the name of the currency pair. You can even put gold, there's gold on there. And it's different time frames. Now you can set this up however you like. If you just want 2 time frames, have 2 time frames. If you just want 3 currency pairs, have 3 currency pairs. Okay? And when this part here where it's red, for example, the Aussie yen's been in the squeeze for 23 bars on the 1 minute, 23 minutes. Okay, let's have a look. Aussie yen. Let's just take that off. Look at this. I've very rarely seen one like that so long. But it's telling me straight away that this is in a squeeze. Now, if you get a green, the green means it's fired off. For example, the Euro Yen 1 minute fired off 6 bars ago. And we know a good squeeze lasts between 7 and 10 bars, yeah? So this one that fired on the 1 hour on the Euro Aussie 73 hours ago, bars ago, it's pretty irrelevant, isn't it? So I like, for me, the heads up is when we get a marker like this. See, the US dollar CAD, while we've been on, has gone into a squeeze on the 1 minute. Aussie dollar. So we're just getting the red dots. Then I can look around and say, right, what are the rest of my indicators telling me? Now, Aussie Yen, we've just looked at that. So, dollar CAD. And as we can see from the radar screen, the dollar CAD has just given us the red signals. Look. There. It's on its third now. 2 have closed. And it's on its third, which is not closed yet. Yeah. So now both the TFC clouds are going red. My tricks are going red and below zero. But it is late in the day though. You know, it is late in the day. It's 20 to 6 London time. But that looks as though it's going to fire off. And see how it fired off there? But it's not confirmed until the 1 minute is finished, or whatever that bar time is finished. So that could go back to red yet, because the 1 minute hasn't finished yet. But you could see it at the moment it's fired off. But looking back at the radar screen, on the 5 minute, Aussie Yen fired off 6 minutes ago, and so on. You can even have daily squeezes for those that have just traded the daily chart. Let's have a look. If I can get this, I'll put it on unrehearsed, folks. Euro Aussie daily. It's been in a daily squeeze for some time, Euro Aussie. So, let's find it first. And there you see it, Euro Aussie daily chart. Look how long it's been in a squeeze. Best part of 2 weeks. Best part of 2 weeks. So when this fires off, you're going to get a good trade, either long or short. And the tricks will help us, and the TFC. Here we've got another alert, look. It also gives alerts. We've got an alert now for the Euro Yen 5 minute. Okay. I'll come on to that in a second. But that's the daily on the Euro Aussie. We're going to get a big move. Once you get a squeeze, good chance you get a big move. Look at the squeeze here on the Euro Aussie. Okay. Now, I've not picked this as an example. I've stumbled on this. But there you go. There's the last squeeze. $600 pips. Thank you very much and good night. Okay. But there's one coming there. And the thing is, the radar screen is giving you this information. Yeah? At a glance. This is at a glance. Right, we saw that dollar yen at 5 minutes. Here it is on the radar screen. Just fired off. Correct? Euro yen, as we were watching on the 1 minute, it's fired off. The 1 minute here just gone into red, is what I meant. Red squeeze. Euro yen 5 minute. Now, what I want to show you, and what is important, is a squeeze within a squeeze. These can be very, very powerful. For example, that's just fired off on the Aussie yen, but a few minutes ago, you had the Aussie yen 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute, and 1 minute, all getting ready for a fired off squeeze, yeah? Aussie yen 30 minute. We had a squeeze there, and now we're getting ready for another squeeze in 30 minute. At the same time, on the Aussie yen 15 minute, that's been in a squeeze for the best part of half a day, ready to fire off. The Aussie yen 5 minute is in a getting ready for it to fire off for a squeeze, and the Aussie yen 1 minute, which I haven't got on here, has fired off in a squeeze. They become very powerful. Whichever time frame you trade in, squeezes within squeezes are very powerful indeed. So fantastic, eh? See everything at a glance. I like it when it goes red, and then I can look at my other indicators. What we got here? Yeah, Aussie yen. I just showed you that 15 minute. And now I can look at what else is going on. We had a 15 minute squeeze here, which was very successful. There. Worth what? 37 pips. And now we might be getting another one. But to do that, these two top TFC clouds have got to go red. And the squeeze has got to go red and below zero. You know the rules for that. Look at the other videos. Yeah. So as you've seen, you saw the alert box come up. I've turned the sound off actually. Otherwise we're just going to get beeping all the time when I'm trying to talk. I've tried that before. It's annoying for you and it's annoying for me. So when you get a red squeeze, in other words, we're getting the compression, that's when this goes red and gives us whatever the number of bars. And when it fires off and the squeeze goes white, it gives us the green part. Yeah, look at the here. There's your red part. You got 4, didn't you? And then it fired off and went green, and that would have showed on here on the radar screen. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I've got too many currency pairs on here. I can take a few of these off, because obviously the more pairs you have, the more CPU usage you're going to get. It's not that heavy on it, to be honest, but every little helps, doesn't it, as Asda says in the UK. On the same screen I have my iProfit, my TFC profit. Today was 0.61. I go for about 0.5% today if I can, but February, it's the 27th now, and I'm just about 19% up. Last day of February, tomorrow, might not trade. I get very nervous last days of trading, because I like to hang on to what I've got. Is that fear? It's not greed, is it? Okay, there you go. That's a different alert. But you can see we had a squeeze for 5 minute. Here we go. Squeeze for dollar card 5 minute. Yep. Squeeze for dollar card 5 minute. So if we go to dollar card 5 minute, there it is. Getting ready. Yep. Now, if that continues to fall, the 1 hour TFC cloud will go red. Trixers are red. Might be worth a go. It's just late in the day for me. I'm not trading this time of day. If this is the middle of the day, I might be getting interested. So there's your alerts. Yep. Okay, I won't drag this out because I've said everything we need to say. Now, what I would like you to do is please like the video, subscribe if you've not subscribed, tell your friends and share. And don't forget, most days I put a 1 minute video on Instagram of my best trades of the day. That's at the Forex Codes on Instagram. Also, we've got the Forex Codes Facebook page, and a lot of stuff goes on there too. So, folks, how you do anything is how you do everything. And think about that. How you do anything is how you do everything. Another word for that is what? Piss poor performance. What is it? Prior planning prevents piss poor performance, as we used to say in the army. All right, that's a TFC Squeeze Radar Screen. I've been using it for years. I had it written for myself. I don't think you'll find it out there, but I will be releasing it soon once I get my commercial head on. Okay, folks, any questions, put it down below. But also watch the full TFC Squeeze video, and I'll put the link below. Thanks, folks. Cheers.